Welcome to Kaiju's Corner, your one-stop shop for all your pop culture, kaiju, and comic book-related freeform conversations.
Way to start this off, Andreas. Way to start. We're very professional.
Hey man, it's my show. I can start it however the fuck I want, okay? So as you all know, I am your host, Andres Perez, aka KaijuNoir, and here with me is my faithful sidekick, Deadpoolzilla.
You people have no idea what you've gotten yourselves into. Turn back now.
Hey man, come on, man. We need the views. Don't turn them off yet. But all joking aside, hey man, it's been a while since we recorded our last episode, but we are here today to discuss some trending trailers, man, because we had quite a lot of them, half of which I did not even see.
Yeah, this was actually like I think the biggest week we've had in a while in terms of like big trailers, because first off we had the new Terminator, you had Terminator Genesis and Ant-Man premiere on the same day. Then I think Wednesday we had the episode 7, and today, because we thought it was going to get Monday, but then it got leaked, and then Warner Brothers was like, "Fuck it, just show it." Was the premiere of the Batman Superman trailer.
Now, well, I could have sworn that this happened before, where we had a trailer that was planning to be released.
It was. You're thinking of Age of Ultron.
Was it the Age of Ultron trailer?
Yeah,
or...
it was the trailer, because it was supposed to premiere with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., but then it got
right.
But then it got leaked, and then Marvel was like, "God damn it!"
Yeah, because everyone was like, "Fuck you! We're not gonna see S.H.I.E.L.D." And here's the case again.
Damn you,
now.
Michael Chiklis! Wait, wrong S.H.I.E.L.D.
Right, and so we have here are a lot of trailers. We have even like last week. Was it last week that we had Jurassic World, or was that like the beginning of this week?
Did we have a new trailer for Jurassic World?
Oh no, sorry, I'm thinking about that clip, that small clip.
Yeah, I didn't watch said small clip. I'm not trying to spoil myself.
Okay, I did. Unfortunately, I'm just too big of a. Even though I did not see the Ant-Man or Age of Ultron trailers recently, I was too weak of a Jurassic Park fan not to check it out.
Yeah, no problem.
But anyways, let's talk about the biggest trailer. Well, the one that just came out as of this recording, the very first big trailer for Batman vs. Superman: Dawn of Justice. Yeah.
I gotta say, I liked it, but I didn't love it as I did with the Star Wars trailer.
I was kind of pretty much the same. I was in the same boat too, where it's like it didn't blow me away mostly because it didn't really reveal all that much information that the Comic-Con trailer showed. Like, did you see the leaked Comic-Con trailer?
I did, and it's pretty much that same scene. One thing I will say right off the bat, I think this was made to appease the Batman fans, because you see a lot of Batman, more than Superman.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, definitely, because this trailer was basically showing off Batman, saying, "Hey guys, Batman's back again! The Dark Knight returns!
Please don't
get it?
Please don't hate us.
Please don't hate us. This will be better than Man of Steel, we promise, because Batman!"
I will say this, the costume actually looks pretty good. Like, set photos were like, yeah, that's pretty good. And the official photos were like, yeah, that's pretty good. But when you see it in motion in this trailer, I'm like, I like this costume.
Well, for me, anyways, I love the costume from the very beginning, and
I liked it too, but I wanted to hold my full thoughts until I saw it, like, actual movement and whatnot, in trailer filming. You know what I mean?
Right. With this one, at least with how Ben Affleck came off as Batman, I was surprised at just how huge he looked.
Yeah.
Like especially in that one clip where he was just like walking out of the shadow in that like half a second, he was like this gigantic hulking like caveman. He's like, like, Bonesaw is ready, Batsaw.
Yeah. Again, the one thing I will say is that I'm not really entirely. I'm sold on the Bat costume. The Bat armor has got to be a little more. I know this has a lot of influence from Superman. Not from Superman, from The Dark Knight Returns.
Yeah.
But yeah, that whole bat armor, I'm like, is that Lego Batman?
Oh man, I was loving that bat armor. Especially with the white eyes, like to see those white comic book style white eyes, I'm like, yes, I am down for this. I want to see more of this.
I'm not really sold on the metallic Batman voice. I'm hoping that's just. I'm hoping it's just for the Batman armor. I want to know what Affleck's going to sound like as Batman.
Right. I mean, that one line that we heard of, that one badass line, it was very. The performance was really great, and it really did sold me on Batfleck. However, yeah, you're right. That little like mechanized voice synthesizer that they added to his vocals, it really did seem like it kind of gave him more of that gravelly Dark Knight, like Christian Bale voice a bit, although nowhere near as forced as the Bale Batman voice was, where here he kind of seems like more naturally gruff with that voice, where it's like, do you bleed? Or wait, what was that line?
It's something bleed. Do you bleed? Let's find out, or something like that. I don't know.
But whereas with Christian Bale, he just goes so over the top with the graveliness. It's just, you can't take him seriously when he's saying, "It's people. The city is full of people ready to believe in good." So
in College Humor, we totally had sex 3 times.
Hold on. I have to do my stretches first. You're gonna die anyways. Okay, kind of morbid, but you have a point.
A is for Alfred.
B is for bats.
Oh god, we are terrible people.
No. Well, I am. I don't know. You're pretty innocent. You're pretty innocent compared to me.
Oh, so you think?
No. Trust me, man. I mean, after when you've hung around with SOS, it's like everyone else just pales in comparison with how corrupted you and your gang of thieves are. With the voice, I was kind of annoyed that it's again kind of like that really gravelly voice, but it sounds more natural. Ironically, considering it's that mechanized and it's like enhanced mechanically. But I do want to hear his voice. Unaltered per se, but either way, it's already sounding a lot better than the Bale performance, than the Bale voice.
And not to knock Christian Bale as Batman.
Oh no, I am knocking Christian Bale off. What the fuck, man?
Okay.
How dare you not sound like Kevin Conroy?
He said it, guys, not me. Yeah, but the one thing I want to talk about, is the Superman hate is way over the top.
Yeah, it's like everyone's hating on him. Of course, this is like right after, this takes place after Man of Steel. There was a lot of destruction. Manhattan was pretty much devastated.
Manhattan? Andreas, Manhattan?
I'm sorry, New York was completely devastated.
Oh god, dude, it was Metropolis.
Okay, I'm sorry. Gotham City was absolutely devastated. So anyways, moving on.
Now you're just trying to piss me off.
Anyway, Star City, as I'm just trying to say, was completely devastated, and so, of course, everyone hates him because of that. And so, of course, there's so much negativity towards him. I kind of feel like Superman must be going like, hey man, I'm just trying to do good here. I'm trying to save the world and everyone's mean to me. I can just imagine like this Superman and Batman meeting, like with Superman being like the super positive one and Batman just, carrying on this super hate. And he's like, hey Batman, how are you doing? Fuck you, Superman. You think you're hot stuff. You ain't bad. You ain't nothing. You ain't nothing. Props to anyone who got that Michael Jackson reference.
Fun fact, that entire music video is directed by Martin Scorsese.
Yep.
Now you know.
And knowing's half the battle.
G.I. Joe.
So anyways, what were your thoughts on the Superman hate train?
Well, one thing I gotta say is that we saw a few scenes of people treating Superman like a messiah, like that one scene of Superman meeting all these people with what looks like the House of L symbol on their arms, and they're kneeling before him.
Right, and they kind of have this, like, a bit of, like, this...
They look like
they had, like, Nazis, yeah, with the helmets and everything.
Yeah, and also there are people, like, reaching out to touch him, like he's the next Messiah. And that's something that...
Right, did you notice that they had, like, skull face paint on?
Yeah. One thing I've kind of always wanted to see, and they have done this, but they've never really gone into it, is like people worshiping Superman as like the next Jesus Christ or the next Superman, because you'd think people would worship some of these superheroes as actual gods, similar to how in like Godzilla Cataclysm people started worshiping the Kaiju as gods.
Right. I was listening to your video, your own separate thoughts on the trailer. And when you brought that point up, I was surprised, like, oh, okay, so I guess they never really brought this up before, but I suppose with so many superheroes running around, it's like, well, it kind of takes a whole god aspect. It kind of lessens the impact that Superman would have as a supposed god, if there's so many other superheroes running around all over Earth.
Yeah, that's something I've always wanted to see with Thor. It touched on in Thor comics or in a movie, where, people start worshiping Thor because they're like, hey, like some people, like someone having this moral quandary of, okay, my god doesn't show up when my wife is dying, but yet there's a guy who's Thor flying around with a hammer, and I can see that one. Where's mine?
Well, then things get really complicated when certain continuities like DC has multiple versions of gods.
Well, I was
like
talking about
Greek gods.
I was talking about Marvel, but you see where I'm coming from.
Right, but the thing is, if you try to go into the religious aspect, I guess things kind of get complicated with many different deities existing in one universe.
Well, the Marvel universe has that too. They have their different pantheons. In the Marvel movies, they just haven't touched on them yet.
I know, I was saying that in general, both as for like all comic book companies.
Yeah. But still, that'd be something like to touch on, because again, in this universe, Superman's technically the first superhero. We don't know if people have seen Wonder Woman.
Yeah. And what about Batman? Because apparently this is an older Batman. So has Batman been around? And if so, where's the Batman hate on this guy on him?
Maybe he's kept himself in the shadows, or maybe maybe again, since they're doing like a loose adaptation on Dark Knight Returns, maybe they said Batman in his younger years was around, then he had to quit, and now he's come back out of fear of Superman.
Possibly. And that's also another thing where in this movie supposedly we have Gal Gadot appearing as Wonder Woman, and we have a bunch of other people like Aquaman and Cyborg in the film. So are all these superheroes going to come out to are going to reveal themselves to the world during this movie for the first time?
I have no clue.
And also, I'm very surprised that they didn't make no mention at all. Like, of course, this whole trailer was dominated by Batman, but I am surprised that they didn't make any sort of mention of any of the other superheroes besides Superman and Batman, considering all the news that has been deliberately announced, not leaked, announced, that these actors and actresses were going to be playing these characters.
Yeah. So maybe they might go your route, Andreas, but I don't know. Also, we get a voiceover by Lex Luthor in here.
Yeah, was he at the 30-second mark? Because that's when I thought he showed up.
Well, actually, he's doing that whole voiceover of, like, devils don't come from below in hell, they come from the skies. That's apparently Eisenberg's Luthor. I didn't know that until someone told me.
Okay, I thought the guy before that guy was Luthor, but I guess I just haven't seen enough of Jesse Eisenberg to recognize his voice.
Yeah. Wow.
Ooh, I also wanted to ask, with that statue you see at the beginning with the whole false god there, I really like that scene, but I'm really curious as to how they made that statue in the first place. Like, was that to commemorate Superman from beating Zod?
I have no clue.
Or maybe that was made by like the cult of Superman that supposedly that may or may not exist in this movie.
Yeah, could be, but who can say really? Another thing I want to bring up is, I'm curious to know, again, we also get a voiceover from Alfred, played by Jeremy Irons, And he's talking about how this whole fever may take people over. And I'm thinking, like, is he talking to Bruce, saying that how he's afraid of Batman, or is he talking about the people's reaction to Superman to Bruce?
It seems most likely that it would be Superman that he's talking about, considering who Batman is after, but it doesn't seem like the traditional interpretation of Alfred. That doesn't sound like the sort of thing that Alfred would normally say in his previous incarnations.
It kind of is, because Alfred in some cases is a little jaded and a little sarcastic, so I kind of see Alfred saying something like that, and I'm thinking that it's really him talking to Bruce and him giving his thoughts on how the world sees Superman, because one second they could all be looking at him as this, like, god, as, like, this god and savior. The next thing you know, they could easily turn on him and say he's the, the answer to, he's the cause of all our problems.
Right. It's like, Batfleck was like, hey, Alfred, where are your thoughts on this? See, some men cannot be bought nor reasoned with, Master Bruce. One time when I was in Bama, I found a tangerine. I found a ruby the size of a tangerine. That doesn't have anything to do with what I'm talking about. We burned the whole forest down. I don't think we're following the same conversation.
I think you need to go to a home, Alfred.
Some men simply want to watch the world burn, Master Bruce.
Uh-huh.
I'm out.
Yeah. What else is it here? Also, we got to see the Batmobile, which was kind of awesome. And also the Batplane. I think that's the Batplane, but here's the thing.
It looked pretty small. Like, it looked, and very flat, so maybe it's more of a, what do you call it, a drone?
Yeah. But if that is the Batplane, I'll say this. Bruce is... You see, like, people in between cars, and then the Batplane starts shooting at said cars with the people still in the line of fire, and you see the explosion. Where are the people?
Just let me have this one. My parents are dead.
Yeah.
Or he's like, to steal a joke from this one episode, one video I saw on Machinima, he's like flying around, and he's telling, while Superman's flying, and he tells Superman, he's like, hey, I'm like you. I can do what you do. You're not fucking special. We just get a really jealous Batman he's like trying to overcompensate him for his lack of powers. Look, see, I'm wearing a super mecha armor. I'm as strong as you. You ain't special. I can be a god too. I want to be worshipped. My parents are dead. You see, the whole reason why he hates Superman is just because he's jealous, man. That's the reason for it. Like, at the very end, it's just revealed that the reason why everyone hates Superman is because they're jealous.
Yeah, but all in all, this was a pretty good trailer. It got you interested. It showed finally, for the first time ever, Batman and Superman facing off on the big screen. That's something we've wanted for, what, years?
I guess so, yeah. Although, funny enough, like, when I showed this to my parents, I remember my mom was like, why does Superman and Batman have to fight? Aren't they supposed to be good guys?
She's not wrong!
Like, I know, it is kind of true. It's like, when you think about it, these are two characters, they're fighting for the same cause. They may have different points of views, but essentially, they're the good guys, so why would they be fighting in the first place? And that's the big question where I really hope that they explore and come up with a good reason as to why they would pit these two against each other.
Yeah, because really, in the comics, Superman and Batman treat each other like brothers. They're, like Bruce has said, Clark's the closest thing I have to a brother in this world.
So if they do try to go that route with their relationship, I do also want to know how are they going to go from being from enemies to friends? Although it could go did you ever saw that How It Should Have Ended episode where they were spoofing the Comic-Con trailer?
Yeah.
Yeah, they were just staring each other, Batman and Superman just staring each other down before laughing and saying, hey, want to go get a coffee? Sure, cool. Superman versus Batman versus Superman, Dawn of Coffee.
Yeah. I was kind of rewatching the old Superman-Batman
Public Enemies?
No, not that one. The first one with the Bruce Timm Paul Dini era Superman Batman movie.
World's Finest?
Yeah, World's Finest. And I was like, this is how I want Superman and Batman to go in terms of story.
I still love that moment where it's like, as soon as Superman put his arm on Batman, he's like, "Don't touch me, I'm Batman!" You think you're special? I'm not going to do that. For now on, I'm just going to continue characterizing Batman as being like the super overly compensating idiot.
My dick's bigger than yours.
It's called a bat dick. It has sonic vibrations. Do you have sonic vibrations? No, you can't because I'm Batman.
I bet you come, Kryptonite. It sucks.
So anyways, moving forward further before this gets any more chaotic, let's talk about the Star Wars trailer.
Like I said, probably the best trailer all this week of the 4.
Most definitely, man. Most definitely. I mean, I really like it where it doesn't reveal anything. It barely tells you what the story is going to be, other than here's some scary-looking guys who are most likely the bad guys. Here's some good-looking actors who most likely will be the main characters. Then look, it's Han Solo and Chewie. Oh my god!
Yeah.
So it just gives you just enough to get a taste for what this is. Like, it's basically a slightly meatier version of the teaser trailer that we had a couple months back that provides you like a good a feel for like the tone of the movie.
Yeah. I feel like J.J. Abrams is probably one of the last people who understands how a teaser trailer works.
Most definitely, man. It's like I'm really glad that it has features a lot of new elements that we haven't seen before, while at the same time showing us a lot of imagery that harkens back to the original trilogy, where it also kind of feels like a very passing of the torch sort of moment, especially with Mark Hamill's narration, where he's like, the Force, I had it, my dad had it, my sister had it, and now you have it. And then we cut to a lot of scenes with all of the new characters, and that one that glorious moment of Han and Chewie.
Chewie, we're home. And I'm Batman.
No, I'm really glad this isn't like the old senile Harrison Ford that he normally is. He'd be like,
Chewie, we're home now, so
Even Chewie's like,
and then he just Chewie just suddenly breaks character. It's like, fuck this, I can't work like this.
Get off my plane.
Like, that's the wrong movie, Harrison.
Don't get cocky, kid.
You're just quoting your older movies now, aren't you?
That's why they had to be snakes.
Like, he needs his meds now.
Yeah. Can I just say this, that for one quick second, the main villain looked a lot like Darth Revan.
Kylo Ren, right?
Yeah, Kylo Ren, which I didn't even know his name. I've been staying away from spoilers. I just today found out that the villain's name is Kylo Ren.
Dude, months ago. No, this was like a week after the initial teaser trailer came out. That what was it called? That the people behind the movie, they released a series of fake 70s style Star Wars trading cards that revealed the names of the characters with screenshots from the teaser trailer. That's how we know that the TIE Fighter, his name is Poe. We learned that the new Sith guy is Kylo Ren, and that the new R2-D2 looking robot is called BB-8.
Yeah, well, that's why I've been staying away from a lot of stuff. I wanted to be surprised, so I didn't know. So again, I didn't see that. Also, I was surprised to learn that BB-8 is not a CGI robot; it's an actual thing.
Again, that was announced that was a practical effect back like the week the first teaser trailer came out.
I realized that I didn't see it because I didn't want to be fucking spoiled, Andreas.
That is why you fail.
Yeah.
But anyways, it was like during that that Star Wars conference they did roll out on stage the animatronic the remote control animatronic that portrays BB-8, and I was like, holy shit, that is fucking awesome.
Yeah, I love it when practical effects show up in movies, especially big budget ones.
Right. I remember when J.J. Abrams first made his I guess it was like a public announcement where he was on the set of the movie, where it's like this very desert-looking Tatooine background, and while he was talking to the audience, telling the audience that he was in the middle of shooting Star Wars, like this camel alien shows up. He like walks into screen. He's in character, and he's a man in a suit with like a puppet, like long camel neck, and like very reminiscent of a character you would see in the cantina scene from A New Hope.
Yeah. I want to, just real quick, what do you think thinks up with the Empire? Did they survive? Are they still the Empire? Are they now bouncing back? There are so many ways that could go.
I would say that it's definitely the remnants of the Empire, because the Empire was just this massive, galactic organization that, sure, you may cut off the head, but, who knows? Maybe like the Hydra, 3 more heads will take its place.
Yeah.
And the thing is, there was that one shot where you see a TIE fighter shooting at stormtroopers, which leads me to believe that either the villains are attacking their own men for some reason in this one particular shot.
I think it's really one of the rebels got into a TIE fighter and started wrecking shit.
Possibly, yeah. So it does kind of raise questions.
My one thing is, when I saw the whole Empire scene of all the new stormtroopers, which, by the way, the helmets, I like the helmets.
Definitely, and I like that they're, once again, going with different variations of the helmets.
Yeah. Also, I hope they actually manage to hit people.
Well, then again, if I remember I was listening to a podcast, I can't remember what it was. It was probably maybe a Radiodrome, where they talk about how these soldiers normally they tend not to shoot directly at their opponents because bullets cost a lot of money. Like ammo, it's cost a lot of money. So usually when people try to shoot at their opponents, it's usually just to back them into a corner.
But it's
not to directly hit them.
But it's lasers. You can't pick up lasers.
You can run out of ammo in lasers. Have you watched Gundam?
Yes, but I don't think the logic of... Whatever, shut up.
That is why you fail.
My thing is, when I was watching the whole return, that big scene of seeing all the stormtroopers and I guess Kylo Ren standing there, I was thinking to myself, no Grand Admiral Thrawn, damn it.
Who is he?
He was the big villain in the Heir to the Empire trilogy that was set after Star Wars, after Episode 6. Extended universe that Disney completely destroyed.
So again, who is he? Never mind. But didn't they also make the announcement recently that all the video games are also non-canon?
Yeah, that's also something that pissed everyone off, including myself. Dark Horse is like, we spent over 25 years building this universe, and just like that, they ruin it.
Fuck you! What do you call the recent the Force Unleashed, those were pretty recent big Star Wars games.
Force Unleashed 1 was, I don't know what happened to 2.
And does this mean the Lego Star Wars games are non-canon?
Whoever said that needs to get punched in the face.
What about were the Battlefront games ever extended universe, or were they strictly take place during the events of the games? Because I know there's a new Battlefront game that was just announced, the trailer was announced.
A bit of column A, bit of column B for the Battlefront games, because there were campaigns that were in continuity with the movies, but other times it's you could have multiplayer style games.
Does it also mean that the Clone Wars TV show is non-canon, along with the Genndy Tartakovsky Clone Wars?
The Tartakovsky one's out of canon now. I don't know why it was so amazing, but the Clone
Probably because.
Hang on, but I think they're still keeping the Clone Wars CG animated series in canon, because in Star Wars Rebels, which isn't canon with the Disney new universe, Ahsoka Tano shows up at the final episode of season 1.
Okay, and so is she like a lot older now?
Yeah, she's like in her, like, I think she looks like in her early 20s.
All right, so I guess the reason why why Star Wars Clone Wars, the Tartakovsky show, was non-canon because it doesn't have Ahsoka Tano in it.
Yeah, because Tano didn't show up because George Lucas was like, I need more money, I'll make this character.
You know, it's a girl character. You know, it's like we can make them more like appeal to both girls and boys. You know, whatever. I'm sorry. Shut up. I want to count my money again.
Well, I don't care if he makes your penis feel funny. You're gonna like Ahsoka Tano.
It's just so dense. Props to anyone who understood that reference.
I so got that.
Oh, I wanted to
You
say,
magnificent bastard.
do you notice that there's a new logo for this pseudo-empire-ish organization?
Yeah, I noticed that, and I was like, I guess they bounced back, or, you know, they managed to keep going under, I guess, Kylo Ren, or whoever's in charge.
Right. And also, we gotta talk about that one dude. It's there's this one stormtrooper with shiny gray-black armor with a cape.
Yeah, and I was like, he must have made a kill to get that promotion.
Yeah.
But no, I'm real, like, maybe that's the new ranking system, or he's
like, oh shit, guys, he's got a cape. I mean, stormtrooper outfit, you know, take a stormtrooper outfit, it's pretty badass and iconic. Put it in silver, and then once you add a cape to it,
and a bigger gun,
that just changes the game right there.
Like, did you just walk out of, like, because that looks like something a cosplayer would make.
Most likely, yeah. I mean, like, I saw on Chris Stuckman, on YouTube film critic, Chris Stuckman, I saw on his Facebook page where it's like he shared a picture of someone, like, across Boba Fett and the Rocketeer. It's like, people are always, like, crossing over Star Wars cosplay with something else. Like, I don't know, like Deadpool, Boba Fett, or zombie Stormtrooper, that sort of stuff.
That actually happened, by the way.
Right. And Samurai Darth Vader, which has also happened.
I actually have seen that cosplayer and met him. He's actually pretty awesome.
Right. So you're right. It does really look like a cosplay sort of thing, but in a good way. Where
it's not. I don't hate it. I'm just like, I want to know the story behind that guy.
Mm-hmm.
So, I also am curious about what John Boyega's character is going to be like in here.
Once again, we saw him in the Stormtrooper outfit, but he was in the desert again. So we still don't know. Like, maybe if we saw him in another scene with the Stormtrooper outfit, maybe we would assume that he is an actual Stormtrooper, because I think I may have said this before somewhere else on recording, that I really would love it to see like the world of Star Wars through the eyes of a random Stormtrooper.
This is what I'm thinking with the whole Force Awakens trailer. Just follow my lead here, Andreas. I'm thinking that what happened is that after the Empire, quote unquote, fell, the Force suddenly reawakened within several people, similar to how in, like, if you've ever
Avatar Season 3.
Yeah, with all the new
Korra Season 3.
Yeah, Legend of Korra. With all the new airbenders, people started waking up with the power of the Force. And some people are using that power for either good or evil.
Uh-huh.
So that's why I'm thinking, like, maybe they're going down that route, and maybe John Boyega's character is one of those people who now has the Force, and has to go find Master Skywalker.
Probably, yeah. And also, we've seen a lot of shots that take place in this desert area, especially with the both the first and second trailers. You see the Millennium Falcon in that desert, and I love how that they continue that chase scene here, where you see the Millennium Falcon flying into the destroyed Star Destroyer.
That was like when you see the land speeder flying across Tatooine, and then you see the wrecked Star Destroyer. I was like, that is how you start a trailer.
Right. It's like, like, hey, this is after Episode 6. Shit went down, and we're showing you the results of that.
You just gotta imagine like Jawas and Tusken Raiders are all like squatting up in there.
Oh yeah, either like living in there or just like tearing that ship apart and selling it for money.
Yeah, you got like the Tatooine Tatooine patrol just kicks it in and is like Jawa immigration agency. Oh boy, they see ya.
Teeny.
See all the Jawas running around.
Yeah. So I'm thinking, I'm theorizing that all these scenes that take place in the desert, especially the parts with Han Solo, I'm pretty sure that will take place at the very beginning of the movie.
Probably, yeah. I'm kind of okay with that.
Oh yeah, definitely. What better way to open up a film than with Star Destroyer and the Millennium Falcon?
Yeah. The other thing is, like, I'm really curious about that girl. Is she, like, some people are saying, like, maybe she's Luke's new apprentice, or
maybe she's what's her face? She was one of the, if they're keeping the basic elements of the extended universe, maybe she's the daughter of Leia and Han.
Could be, because if that character, Han and Leia's eldest daughter, became a Jedi and was also trained by Boba Fett.
Let's see. I'm not sure. Right now I'm going to actually look at these names that were released a while ago. Oh, her name is Rey, R-E-Y.
Okay.
And John Boyega's character is Finn, F-I-N-N.
So, yeah, this is, I could talk for hours about this, because this is all just really... Again, this is how you do a teaser trailer and get people hyped.
Most definitely, man. Unlike a certain trailer that I guess we should get into a little bit.
Yeah, this one just irritated me, and I'm gonna be, I'm probably gonna go further into detail with this with Super DM64 on his channel. Shameless plug for Super DM. There you go, Dylan. Don't say I never did anything for you.
I'm pretty sure he'll still say that. Yeah, we're talking about the Terminator Genesis, as I like to pronounce it. It's like, hey, if they're not going to spell the word right, I'm not going to pronounce it right. But with that trailer, it had this major spoiler. So if you don't want to know, if you haven't seen the trailer and you don't want to know what happens or who's the bad guy in this movie, just turn away right now. So yeah, it turns out that John Connor made himself a Terminator.
And somehow came to the present.
And is somehow like now the antagonist of the film, and it's supposedly his choice that he became a Terminator.
Yeah, what the hell? And not because what the hell is up with John Connor? No, what the hell, movie?
I mean, it's painfully obvious that the people behind this movie did not learn anything from the spoiler-filled trailer from Terminator Salvation with what's his face's name? What's his face's character revealed as a Terminator as well?
Sam Worthington.
Sam Worthington, yes, the guy who was built up, hyped up to be like the next big thing in action films, and then he dropped off the face of the planet after Wrath of the Titans.
Yeah, that is so weird. Like, you see Worthington everywhere, and then after Wrath of the Titans, boop, gone.
Like, wasn't he also like he was casted to play Flash Gordon, I believe, but then that movie was never made.
I think I'm not sure.
Either Flash Gordon or Buck Rogers.
Yeah, but yeah, he went like after he had all these big movies, and then suddenly, boop, now he's playing supporting cast.
Yeah, so it just irritates me that they would put such a big spoiler in there. I mean, I guess they wanted to show more. I don't know. The only reason why I would think they would try to do something like this is that I guess not many people were interested in Terminator Genesis after that first trailer. So like, we need to put some new stuff in this trailer. Oh, let's just reveal it to who the bad guy is. Maybe that'll get butts in the seats.
Yeah, because Kung Fu T-1000 wasn't enough, right?
I guess not, if my theory is correct.
Yeah. The one thing, like, I think they may have, we now have a reason why it's called Genesis, because you see the word Genesis spelled that way on several billboards. So my theory is that maybe it's a company that took over after Cyberdyne fell, and took the research from the Terminator, and then went on to create Skynet from there.
Possibly so, or maybe it's like supposed to be, what's it called, an anagram, where each letter represents something else? A word? How
the hell what kind of anagram makes Genesis that title?
Something very overly long and complicated, perhaps.
Who knows? That's my theory, is that this group called Genesis, took over where Cyberdyne left off, and you could say, oh, what about the military? Doesn't look like T3 and Terminator Salvation are in continuity anymore.
Well, I suppose that's for the best.
Yeah, for the better.
And that is, unless this turns out to be worse than those movies.
Yeah.
Although I will admit I did like Terminator 3. I do have a lot of nostalgia for it, and there are some moments that are pretty awesome. More specifically, the crane chase scene.
Yeah, although that looked more like the poor man's scene from Judgment Day.
Possibly, I don't know. But, let's see, anything else? Well, I guess the one last thing I wanted to comment on was that it was pretty cool seeing old Arnold and young Arnold together in that one scene that was teased at in the first trailer.
I was kind of hoping that, like, the old Arnold would talk to the young Arnold, is like, don't put your dick in that one woman! You won't be the governor anymore!
You are going to regret it! Come with me. Oh god, come with me if you want to live. That gives it a whole new meaning. I always thought that if old Arnold was like fighting young Arnold, he'd be like, fuck you for looking better than me. What are you doing with those steroids? They'll turn your body to shit later on. Look at me. What do you see? I'm a shell of my former self. Yeah. And you know what would be cool if instead they had, did you ever saw this one bit from this comedian, Pablo Francesco, where he was doing like a fake movie trailer voice with Arnold Schwarzenegger?
No, wait, I have, yeah.
Yeah, it's like, he sold tortillas on the street. Arnold Schwarzenegger. This summer, Arnold Schwarzenegger is a little tortilla boy, featuring double the action. Psh, get down! Even more action. Get down again! You're like, I don't know who this guy is, but I want him and his tortillas. Dead! Psh, listen to me, Maria, these are my tortillas, and they're trying to take them away from me.
That needs to be the reveal right there, that Arnold isn't there to protect Sarah Connor. He's there to protect Sarah Connor's
tortillas.
Yeah, tortillas.
They're after your tortillas, Sarah Connor. You have to get out here now. This summer, get ready for the most ludicrous sequel to Terminator. You thought Terminator 3 was silly. You ain't seen nothing yet.
Terminator, Cinco de Mayo.
Oh!
What?
No, I was cheering you on.
Oh.
I guess you haven't seen that much regular show then.
I stopped after 2 seasons.
Yeah, me too. Well, anyways, let's see. You saw the Ant-Man trailer, right? What are your basic thoughts on it without spoiling a damn thing?
I liked it. I thought it was, it still has the Guardians of the Galaxy feel of, having superhero moments and fun. I think they realize this is a movie of a guy called Ant-Man. Let's not make it dark and gritty. Have some dramatic moments, but still keep to the superhero genre of it. I'm still kind of worried because the director, the best thing he's known for is making the first Bring It On movie. So
I'm not familiar with that one.
And he also did. I think he also did So You Think You Can Dance, or Step It Up. No, he did Step It Up. He did Step It Up. He's one of the Step It Up movies, I think.
You mean Step Up?
Whatever, I don't care.
Didn't the first Step Up have that one girl from Degrassi?
Dude, I don't care. I never watched those movies.
Neither did I, but I remember recognizing someone in the trailer. Oh, did this? Oh yeah, for Ant-Man, did it feel original, or did it feel like, at this point with so many superheroes, do you think it's able to stand out on its own?
Yeah, it felt like it could hold its own. It really did. There were Paul Rudd's really having fun with this. I like the design of the villain because it's weird. I still find it weird that Yellow Jacket, because Yellow Jacket's actually another superhero persona for Hank Pym.
Turns out the villain is Hank Pym.
But yeah, Ant-Man never really had a lot of villains. His biggest enemy was a villain called Egghead.
How excellent. You'll be played by the ghost of Vincent Price.
It will be exquisite. Ooh.
I wish I knew more egg puns.
Suck my balls. Like, he just has this moment where he's like, I got nothing. Suck my dick, Ant-Man.
Funny enough, in Spanish, to tell someone to suck your huevos is considered the equivalent of sucking one's balls. Huevos being Spanish for eggs.
I know, Thunderous.
I didn't know, because you live in the state that you live in.
Yeah, my state, yeah.
Trying to be discreet here. Trying not to reveal so much about your secret identity.
Anyway. So...
Let's see, was there any more trailers left that we have yet to talk about?
Not really, no, that caught any interest. But those are the 4 major trailers, really.
Right. So I guess that brings us to the end of another episode of Kaiju's Corner. What did you guys think of the new trailers? Do you agree with us in that for the most part they're pretty goddamn awesome, or do you have your own serious qualms of these films based on what these trailers bring about? Let us know in the comments below, and thank you once again for taking the time to sit down and listen to us ramble about whatever was on our minds. So, as always, I've been your host, Andres Perez, aka KaijuNoir.
And I've been Deadpoolzilla, I think.
And until next time, everybody, take care.